All right, guys, we're going to talk about how to reach your full potential. How much can you take? You know, there's levels to everything, and you're not going to reach the next level unless you go through a little bit of hardship, maybe a lot of hardship, maybe for a long time. Think of a video game, right? You're at level 1, you don't know how to play the game, and it takes you a long time. Well, you get a little bit better at it, and you get to level 2, and it gets a little bit harder, but you get better at it, and you get past level 2. Then you go to level 3, level 4, level 5, and each level gets harder, but you keep getting better. You just have to think to yourself, like, how much can you take? Well, if you're doing a bench press, maybe you can't bench press 315, but you bench press 225, then 235, 245, 255, and you just keep doing that. And maybe some places you might get stuck there for a while, but eventually you get to your goal. Same with studying, maybe you have to learn addition and subtraction before you can do algebra, before you can do calculus, there's levels to everything. And how much can you take? How much are you willing to study? How much are you willing to work out? How much are you willing to put into your business? Stuff like that. So you have to, and the higher you want to go, if you want to be, better than most people, it take a little bit of work. If you want to be in the top 10%, it's going to take a lot of work. You can be in the top 1%. It's going to take grinding, grit, effort with discipline and hard work. Do you have all the tools? Do you have the right people? Do you have the time? All this stuff. Do you have the technology? If you're trying to dig a hole and you're using your hand instead of a shovel, like, you're never going to, be able to dig that hole. If you don't know the formula for the math problem, you're never going to be able to solve it. If you don't put in the time and the effort, or if you don't know something, do you have the person you can go talk to? Like, maybe you're trying to grow your business and you don't know how, you have a mentor that's done it before and you go talk to them. Do you have the software? Whatever it is, you have to have the tools. You can only do so much by yourself and with crappy tools. But if you have the right tools and you have the amount of time and the manpower and stuff like that, you can get an ungodly amount of shit done. It's just, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to be stronger, smarter, richer, faster, funnier? Like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? But also, you're never going to reach your full potential if you don't do it for others, right? First and foremost, you have everything you do in life, you have to be doing it for yourself. If you're not doing it for yourself, you're going to be like, well, why the fuck am I doing this at all? Like, I just keep giving to everybody and everybody. But if you're doing it for yourself and others, like, you have a wife, well, you got to pay the bills, and you want to go on vacations and, take care of her and put food on the table and stuff like that. And then you have kids. Now you got even more responsibility. And you're really working hard to provide for them and to set a good example for them. And then you just get bigger groups, like, my family, my friends, my community, my country, my religion, the world. When you start expanding your sphere of influence and responsibility, that's when you're going to reach your full potential, because you can't fail. You have to do it for them. Everything, it's for them. I mean, it's for you, but it's for them. It has to be good for what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So it has to be good for you, so then you can also provide for them. So, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, kind of type deal. And then finally, you have to have a strong why. it needs to make you so emotional, whether it's anger or sadness or joy or whatever it is. That reason, you do it for your kids is so they can eat, so they can live. Like sending them off to private schools, like, yeah, that's cool. Taking them on vacation, that's cool. But when you're like, I have to do this so my kids can eat, and provide medicine and, then education, housing and then education, all this stuff. But then you start making your why about all those other groups, that important. Like if you just make it so important that you can't fail because you'll die, maybe not physically, but you'll die mentally or spiritually or whatever. You have to really, you have to have a strong why. If you have a strong enough why, the how is easy. So, all right, guys, subscribe, share, comment, like. Let's get to work.